So I'd like to thank everybody for stopping back by the Raider Critique. And the reason why I am coming back at you guys with this is because the live stream that I tried to do completely failed. Everything fell apart. I don't know on whether it's the settings inside of my computer or how I'm trying to run my OBS program or anything like that. It could very well just be my trashy internet because it's getting ready to snow here and the weather hasn't been too very good outside. But I wanted to talk about Mike Mayock becoming the new general manager of the Las Vegas Raiders. And I've got a lot to say about it, so why don't we just go ahead and hop into the intro and get this episode started. So, we are here at Wikipedia, and this is where everybody goes when they have no idea who the hell just got the job as the Raiders general manager. Now, the reason why I'm here is because I feel like a lot of the rest of you, I've only known this man as a commentator and a dude for the combine and draft. So, I actually would like to read about him here a little bit, especially about his playing career. Now, Mayock played high school football at the Haverford School in Harvard, or Haverford, I guess is what it's called, Haverford, Pennsylvania, and college football and baseball at Boston College. He was selected by the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 10th round of the 1981 NFL Draft as the 265th overall pick. After being cut from the Steelers, Mayock was signed to his first pro contract with the CFL's Toronto Argonauts, which happens to be where Johnny Manziel is right now, during the 1981 season. He played in just one game before being released. He returned to the NFL with the New York Giants for the 1982 and 1983 football seasons. Now, of course, we all know about his broadcasting career. Now, the one thing that actually really stuck up to me here was that he was a color commentator for the Minnesota Vikings preseason games for several seasons, from 2015 to 2018. Mayock commentated on Philadelphia Eagles preseason television broadcast alongside play-by-play announcer Scott Graham and sideline reporter Dave Spadaro. Now, it also says here that Mayock was an analyst for the NFL Network and hosted the show To the Path to the Draft during the draft season as a draft guru. Now, they're talking about how this man is a draft guru. Now, Mayock was replaced by Doug Flutie as a color commentator of BC football beginning with the 2015 season. Now, when it comes to executive careers, this is his first executive career type job, is what he is getting with the Las Vegas Raiders, regardless on what you see right here. This is his first executive job. So when it comes down to it, we really don't know what we're going to see out of him. We know that he's been offered quite a few jobs as general manager and just never really got the go. Nobody ever took the chance on him. Well, I guess, I understand that we want to be the first, and we are the first at doing everything when it comes to looking outside the box. We all know this. That's the Raider way. It's just how we do things. We're the first ones to do everything. And I guess instead of having ex-players come in and become general managers, now we're looking to the sports analysts, sportscasters, and scouts. Now, look, I'm just trying to be real. I don't know what's next. I feel like that this is a power move, a power play to get more eyes on the Oakland Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders, whatever we are going to be. Right now, we're just the Raiders. because we don't even have a home next year. We're being featured on Hard Knocks, which means we're getting more television time. And the media they can't seem to keep the Raiders' name out of their mouth anyway. So when I saw this move, it kind of broadened my horizons a little bit that maybe we are just trying to get more eyes on the product, regardless on what that product looks like. Because right now, this looks like that, we could be either the smartest team to pull something like this, or we could be the absolute laughingstock of the league for over the next decade. And it kind of makes you wonder if they're willing to do this move, and they're willing to do this move on just the credentials that he was a combine analysis, that he hung out with all these college players and he commentated on all these college games, which means that he would be around all these college players. It would actually make him a good scout. If that's what we're bringing him in here for, then I understand the move, but it's not foolproof. It's not foolproof at all. This guy thought Johnny Manziel was going to be a top 10 pick. All right, and you can go back in the history and look. He's missed on a couple guys. He's gotten a few right, but he's also missed on quite a few big names. Not everybody's perfect. Nobody's going to be perfect when it comes to evaluating talent. You can't tell if somebody is injury prone, especially if they haven't had an injury throughout their whole college career. So all of those things are still going to be iffy. But I do believe that, I don't know, if this was me, I wouldn't have brought any celebrity in here, especially somebody who commentates on television. I would have brought somebody in here who knows the game of football and knows the game of football extremely well because they've played it. They've played it on that level. I've always been one of the very many who have always said that if you are commentating on the game, you should have at least played the game at a high school level. You should have at least taken one hit to be able to describe what it's like to be out there on the field and then to go out there and be able to commentate and talk about it. Because it's rough out there on that field. A lot of people don't understand that. They see it from the stands. They don't feel it on the field. And to bring in a celebrity like this guy who basically is a draft guru for the NFL Network, what the hell's next? Well, maybe we're going to sign Peyton Manning as our offensive coordinator. Greg Olsen is a piece of garbage, and if we're going to get celebrity power and we want eyes on the Raiders, why not get Peyton Manning to be our offensive coordinator? He could relay the plays in the Nationwide song. We're gonna do a sweep right here. I'm just saying. I mean, if you guys really wanted star power, there was a lot more moves we could make that would have made more sense. Like, we need a conditioning and strength coach. How about Rich Eisen? He runs the 40 every year, so he'd be a perfect strength and conditioning coach. Now, if you guys are going to make moves like this, it wouldn't surprise me if you made moves like this. Or if you made another move that was like this, you brought old Chris Berman in as your defensive coordinator. We're going to do the right scheme, and when we do, we're going to go all the way. Give me a break, man. This shit is killing me. But I will tell you that there is one person who will never have a general manager or office job for this football team while John Gruden is here, is Stephen A. Smith. Because Stephen A. Smith talked so much shit about John Gruden this year, I bet you he was wishing that he would have just kept his mouth shut because he could have had a job too. He could have had a job too, especially with the way John Gruden's giving away jobs and making Mark Davis give away jobs. I mean, it's almost unbelievable that you basically don't have to have any expertise in running a football team to get the job as a general manager. Now, if you're telling me and you're asking me about it, that's downright asinine. Just because I know how to build houses doesn't mean that I should be the lead foreman on a contracting crew. You know, I run a landscape business. I'm the boss of a landscape business and landscape crews. That's what I do. I don't go outside of my job. If you are commentating and evaluating college players for the combine, that's what you do. And hopefully with any kind of luck, this works out for us. Because that's the only reason why I could see why he's here. Is to make sure that he evaluates the right talent and gives John Gruden the proper feedback and the proper analytics to make sure that he makes the right picks with those first 3 picks that we have in the draft. Now, I don't know what to say about it. I still don't know how to feel about it. I think that this could possibly blow up in our face, but a piece of me wants to believe that this could actually work out. Only time's going to tell, and I am not a very patient person. I do not want to sit around here and twiddle my thumbs and wait to watch all of this play out. But I'm going to have to, you're going to have to, we're all going to have to. But understand that if this doesn't work out, we are going to be the laughingstock of the football league for the next 10 years, if not 20, and we're going to be the butt end of everybody's joke. I hope everybody in the Raider Nation and all of you are like me who've got thick skin and can take all of it, because we're going to need it. So anyway, this is the Raider Critique, and like I said, I am so sorry about the live stream not working out the way it did. This is basically the same video that I tried to go live with. Give or take a few things. The screenshots were all the same, and it all still had the same punchlines. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. Trying to go live on YouTube sucks. And if you don't have your program set up right, and you don't have your frame rate set up right, and your bit rate, and all this other stuff that I really know nothing about because I'm so new at this, but I'll figure it out. I've got all off season to figure it out. As long as the Raiders don't be coming over and jumping in with any more new news that they've signed Peyton Manning as the offensive coordinator, or fucking Chris Berman as the defensive coordinator, or Rich Eisen as our conditioning coach. But, I mean, it's really not all that far-fetched with who we got as GM. Anyway, man, this is the Raider Critique. I'm signing out of here. I appreciate all of you for showing up, and I hope all of you stay subscribed, because that last video, I don't know, man. I'm just extremely sorry about. And I will see you guys the next time the Raiders drop some news. It's just not going to be live until I get it figured out.
Predictability is all kind of life. Cookie cutter answers arise. A voice fed bullshit.